searching.
Web search queries tend to work best if they're very literal. But if you take the genre and give it a metaphorical twist, you can uncover some really interesting stuff. Yosarian lives as an experimental search tool that lets you look for images metaphorically, moving a slider to define the conceptual distance from your original query term that the result should be. By clicking the book, you can save the result and add your interpretation of the metaphor.
I know that I'll find happiness.
There is no disputing Google's utter dominance in the search sector. It handled over 2 trillion search queries last year, and over 1 billion people use it to search for content every month. Now, you will get a lot of results if you query Google, but perhaps not the most interesting results. Another alternative search tool is Blipex, which instead of ranking results with an algorithm no one understands, mainly because it's a closely guarded secret at Google, it's powered by data collected about real people's browsing habits and behaviour. The longer one of the participating browsers lingers on a page, the more interesting that page is deemed to be, which makes perfect sense to me. You can contribute by installing the browser extension that anonymously tracks your page views.
I've been searching.
From a different kind of search to a different kind of gaming experience, and one that takes me back to the good old days when gameplay was king over special effects and graphical acrobatics. The demo levels of Thomas Was Alone can be downloaded free for Mac and PC, and the full game is also available on PlayStation 3 and Vita.
As the water began to rise, Claire vowed to save this little rectangle in as many restarts as it took.
The curious thing about this game is how attached you can get to a bunch of geometric shapes. No faces, limbs or fashion accessories, just blocks of colour, but they all have their own personalities. In a world where the graphical bells and whistles have become such a big part of gaming, it makes a refreshing change. The action is brilliantly narrated by Danny Wallace, bringing the whole package together with a slick and professional finish despite the minimalist styling.
Chris wondered if Thomas was still alive somewhere. He wasn't going to go looking for him, but he did wonder, and that showed character. Probably.
Tonight we're going to do a reading of...
Strap on your listening ears for this next app on iOS and Android. Insta Radio brings the world of amateur radio to your handset with some, well, let's just call them mixed results.
Anyways, The Cat in the Hat by Dr. Seuss.
Andy Warhol famously said everyone would have 15 minutes of fame. If that appeals to you, I would say don't expect it to happen through this app. The vast majority of recordings have had plays in the single digits. But if you just want a simple and effective way to express yourself, you won't be disappointed. It's super easy to set up and start broadcasting with integrated posting to Facebook.